Well, many people since it came in have been talking about the job loss insurance scheme. As of June 26, the number of subscribers to the unemployment insurance scheme has now surpassed 5 million people.
Well, yes, that's also because of the continuous communication that's come out in the media from the government authorities stating that, hey, it is mandatory, you got to do it. And the deadline also has been extended. So I think, all of this is a positive reaffirmation of the thought and the plans of the government.
Well, as the many Emirati and expat employees working in the federal government, free zones and private sector, they still have 3 months to go before the job loss insurance scheme comes into effect. But to get more details on this, we are joined by the Chartered Insurer who has been working in this field for more than 2 decades, Danish Kazi. Thank you very much for joining Kitch and Neeil this afternoon.
Hi, Kitch and Neeil. Good afternoon. How are you?
We're doing very, very well. Are you surprised at the uptake? 5 million people taking this on board already?
Well, I'm surprised, but I'm happy at the same time, because what's happening here is that while you're right that there's been a lot of communication on it, it's compulsory to have it, but I'm happy in the sense that it's finally there's a program running in this country which will help people find their financial support in case of any untoward incident, like we saw a couple of years ago due to COVID. So whilst it's a happy sign as an insurer to see that people's understanding of such products are going up, but at the same time, I think this is a very good step by the government to insulate the economy and the people living here from economic backlashes which comes due to global recessions and other issues happening in every few years in this market.
There have been conversations from the very beginning, from the time this was announced, that, hey, this is yet another very good step by the government here. But, as is with every new thing that comes in, people do find it a little confusing at times when they have to do it all by themselves, when they have to go online and do it, and not everyone is tech savvy. So if you could, in simpler terms, explain what is the process, how can one do it, so that we once again reinstate the fact that, hey, it is mandatory and the scheme validity is till the 1st of October, after which one will start getting fined.
So I bought it through a website, www.iloe.ae, okay? And it's a very simple process. You just need to have some documents ready with you, like your MS ID or labor card numbers and all those things. And also at the same time, you can go very easily to one of these tapping centers who are also offering these services, and you can get these issued from there. But I don't see you need to go there. It's a very simple 5-minute process where you can enroll yourself, start paying on it. Now, in case you don't have a credit card, then of course you may need to go to a tapping center to pay the premium. The premium, you see, is only very low, 60 dirhams for anything below 16,000 salary basic, and anything above 16,000 basic salary is going to be charged 120 dirhams. So in case you don't have a credit card, you can walk into a tapping center and pay for this. And I can see there are other partnerships, other banks also, making these products accessible to the customers on the various platforms. So the conversion of 5 million people in this program shows that the product is very accessible and people are able to buy, and this means that the process is not very complex. Otherwise, this number would not have been achieved in a very small space of time, especially the customers have support to pay for this premium from that perspective.
Well, many people have been sending through some questions, and they are generally the basic ones that people want to have answered. The first question that has come through, when you subscribe to the job loss insurance, after how many months can you claim it if you have been terminated or fired from the job for some reason?
So as per the available information, it's 12 months once you have enrolled yourself with this program. There's a waiting period applicable of 12 months, and then after you have been enrolled with it for 12 months, you are eligible for the claim. And once you kind of enroll yourself with the program, I would strongly recommend that terms and conditions do come out with it. They should read it very carefully so that they exactly know what they're covered for and how will they be covered for. Now, when I say involuntary loss of employment, it doesn't mean that you have done something nasty in your organization or done something which is violating the policies of the company and you have been asked to go, that it will pay in that situation. Involuntary means that a situation has arisen where you had nothing to do with it and still you were kind of got affected with it and you were supposed to get laid off because of that situation. So something which we saw a couple of years ago during COVID where so many people had to go, And this is the kind of thing which is going to get you protected. So it's better to kind of get enrolled in the rate as soon as possible, so you can get through your 12 months waiting period as fast as possible. We don't know what the way the economy is going globally. I'm not saying that anything bad is going to happen or may happen, but you should be ready for that in case it happens. And for that, it's very critical that you've gone through the 12 months waiting period as soon as possible.
So it's a 12 months waiting period, because a follow-up question we've received, people are concerned if they subscribe on the 1st of September and the company terminate them during September or October, will they be able to claim for the policy? So I think you've answered that question, because that does tend to be the concern, and it's human nature when people, they get these gaps in the information, they then become sceptical. So it really does come down to do the research and read the details of the contract.
Yes, so it's very simple. It's a very simple wording, as I did for myself as well as anyone else. I got the product done, and within a few minutes, I got the detailed terms. And in fact, the terms and conditions are already available on the website. Even before you buy the policy, you can go and view them and can understand how the program is working actually. So, but since this situation, this program has been diligently designed, so I'm sure it is taking care of all the concerns the customer would have. But I would say to every customer who is listening, it's a good program to have. Very simple. In case you lose your job, you don't need to then break your savings. You don't need to borrow money from someone to keep you supported. We saw that during COVID, when the recession came, people were fetching money. We were requesting each other to help you out. In this situation, it's very simple. You're protected, and you will be paid as per the policy you have chosen, and you will not be dependent on anyone else. At least enough money is coming in that you can take care of your basic expenses, where you don't need to, break your savings, borrow, or even sell something if that's required. Mm-hmm. And we all know that we saw many scenarios during the time of COVID where people were selling off stuff, even borrowing 200 dirhams just to keep this kitchen running. So it's a very good program, and I think it should be seen as a facility, because if you would try to buy this standalone, this will become very expensive. The only reason why this pricing is coming in because a whole lot of people are going to buy this, which makes it more affordable for everyone who's living in the country. And this is the first kind of this program in the region, where no other country is offering it as of now. And I think that very soon this precedence, again, the first with UAE setting up, will be followed in other markets as well.
You mentioned a while back that if you were to buy a similar policy standalone, it'll be extremely expensive. So are there any private insurers who give something similar, wherein you could, just like you go out and insure your car or your property or your health, that you can insure your job and have a similar involuntary loss of employment insurance?
Yes, there are private insurers who are offering it. The company I work with, we offer it as well, but through our partners, which are banks. At the same time, now currently, and it's been there since 2008 and 9, where you have this Credit Shield product on your credit card, where in case you lose your job, you instead of you worrying about settling that outstanding, if you have bought the Credit Shield cover on your card, for which you are going to be charged a premium, then the loss of employment cover protects you against that outstanding towards the bank up to a certain limit. And not only that, it covers you for loss of employment, but also it protects you for life and accident as well. Now, when you say private insurance, I would keep it a little, otherwise that will be wrong, but there are providers who are offering this product in tandem with additional coverages like death, sicknesses, and accidental death as well, which is giving you extra benefits than what is being offered by the government scheme.
Makes sense. But then, I mean, you're right when you say this, that, because it's a government scheme, because it is targeted towards the masses, in fact, targeted towards everyone who's working today, the premium and the entry point is so low that it's affordable for everyone. Like 60 dirhams for a year is negligible sum of amount for anyone working at any level in the country. But there is another slab as well, and that slab is based on the basic salary and not the total gross salary. Am I correct?
Yes, you are right. And the reason behind is that even when you are being, even if you see in case you have a settlement with your company when you're leaving, your calculations of providence are done on your basic salary as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? Because sometimes basic is a very standard amount, and then rest of it are benefits if you look at it as such. So yes, there has to be some kind of a base on which this formula had to be calculated. But people may come back and argue that like you very well said that the starting plan is 60 dirhams. You would be drinking a cup of tea every day, which may be costing 2 and 2.5 dirhams.
Right.
Cutting chai or those things. So that is money going towards, of course, for your keeping you working. But this money is going towards your protection.
True.
And I think people should look at it from that angle. You should not see it as a burden. In fact, if the government didn't step in, they didn't push in for such a program like they've done on the health side, this insurance would not be very affordable and accessible to everyone. It is because of the scheme that everyone has access to such product at a very affordable price. So I think people should look at it positively, and I was one of the few first customers who would have immediately gone and bought it because I wanted to go through the waiting period before something economically hits this world before again next year. I'm not saying anything's going to happen, but you should be prepared for the worst time.
Well, Dinesh, I think I need to change from coffee to chais because my coffees are 19 dirhams. around.
I am in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. I'm also coffee drinker.
Yeah, I need to do something. That's going to be the best insurance policy there is. Dinesh Kazi, the Chartered Insurer, you've got so much experience, and thank you for clearing up this issue. No doubt there will be some confusion, so we look forward to getting your thoughts further down the line.
Anytime, guys. Anytime.
Thank you very much. On TSB, Talk Sport Business here on Talk 100.3.